Hello and welcome to Canguro English. My name is Christian and today is Monday, the best day of the week. And it's a new year, 2020. And I know that for a lot of people, their New Year's resolution is to finally succeed at learning English, to get fluency. And I think that that's a great objective, a great goal, because English is a truly useful international language. But the truth is that this year, just like a lot of other years, most people will fail. And so I want to give you 9 tips to help you to really succeed at learning English this year. Now, something you need to know about me. I don't care whether you like or subscribe to my channel. I don't have an app or a website or a course to sell you. I'm not interested in your money. I am only interested in seeing you succeed. Whether this is your first time trying to learn a language, or maybe you learned English at high school and you're trying to get back in, or maybe you've been studying English for 10 years and you're not getting the results you want. I hope that these 9 tips will help you. And tip number 1 is to stop watching YouTube videos. Watching YouTube videos will not help you to become fluent in English. Top 10 ways to say this, top 10 vocabulary words for business, this and that. It's a literal waste of your time. The only way that you're going to succeed at learning English is through practice. So get off YouTube and Facebook and Instagram and go out there into the real world and actually use your language. Tip number 2, don't believe the lies. There are so many people who start their learning process by downloading an app, subscribing to a website, buying a course book, and a lot of the marketing for these products is learn English the easy way. Learn English in just 5 minutes a day. Get fluent in 90 days. All of those things are lies. Pure marketing. The science and the experience of any good language teacher will prove to you that all of those things are lies. And what happens is when you believe those lies, when you believe that you can learn a language in 5 minutes a day, when you believe that you can get fluent in 3 months, you will fail and you'll give up and you will not succeed. I want you to be skeptical. If somebody tells you that learning English is easy, they're lying. If someone tells you you can learn English quickly, they're lying. If someone tells you that they have the system, they're lying. Now, tip number 3 is directly related to that, and that is that you need to have realistic expectations. The science tells us that it will take you about 30 years to reach maximum fluency. 30 years. Now, when a lot of people hear that, their first thought is, 30 years, I give up. I don't have time. I'll be dead in 30 years. But here's the thing, that is the truth. And knowing that that is the truth actually gives you the freedom and the patience to succeed. Because I know that if you believe you will learn English in 90 days, you will definitely 100% fail. But if you know how long it takes, how hard it is, then you can prepare yourself mentally and with your motivation to really follow through for all of those days, all of those years, all of those weeks, all of those months, and enjoy the process on the way. Tip number 4. Now, when you download the latest language learning app, or you subscribe to that website, or you open that course book, what you normally find are grammar exercises and vocabulary memorization exercises. That's great. They are part of language, but they are only that. Grammar, memorization, vocabulary is a tiny part of language. It is not the complete solution. So you can devote a little bit, a small percentage of your time to that, and then devote a vast majority of your time to actually practicing and using the language. Tip number 5, forget about exams. Language exams are a terrible way to measure your fluency. In fact, language exams are not designed to measure fluency. Language exams only tell you how good you are at doing language exams. Now, I can understand if you need to do an exam for maybe immigration reasons, or because you need to travel or go to university, that's fine. But realize that it's just a piece of paper, just a certificate for that specific purpose. The only real way to measure fluency is to say, I can have conversations. I can understand when people speak to me. I can write emails and read books and do all the things that I want to do. They are the true measures of fluency. Sitting an exam doesn't tell you anything. Tip number 6, stop trying to be a native speaker. Most courses and apps and YouTube videos try to push you towards this magical goal of being a native speaker. Native speaker accents, native speaker grammar, native speaker culture. But guess what? You are not a native speaker. Stop trying to achieve something that is impossible to achieve. You are wasting your time and your energy. You do not need to be like a native speaker to have successful communication, to have opportunities to travel, to work, to study. All of those things do not require you to imitate somebody from another country. Your English will be a result of all of the experiences that you have had in your life. Your beautiful accent, the way that you construct your sentences, the things that you like to talk about, the vocabulary you have. All of those things are part of you and part of your identity. So stop trying to eliminate them and be fake. Tip number 7, realize that mistakes are learning. All of the science, including computer modeling, tells us that if you don't make mistakes, you don't learn. Mistakes are learning, but it's really important that you pay attention to your mistakes. You engage the power of noticing. You can't continue to make mistakes. You make mistakes and you learn from them. Tip number 8, use your English to do things that are meaningful to you. That is basically the summary of all of the language acquisition research in the world. There is no substitute for actually using the language. So if you really want to succeed this year, use the language to do things that are meaningful to you. And finally, tip number 9, have fun. Language learning is really, really, really hard, and it takes a really, really long time. And it will not always be fun, but it should mostly be fun. You see, learning a language isn't about the language itself. Language is just a tool for communication. And when you're learning a new language, the fantastic thing, the beautiful thing, the fun thing is it allows you to express your ideas in another language. The form isn't important. What's important are your thoughts and ideas. If you're not using language to communicate, then you're not really a language user. You're just a student, an academic, somebody who's doing it for the mental challenge. But I'm sure that that's not your goal for 2020, to become an English grammar expert. You want to be an English speaker. So remember, the reason that we have language is for communication. And remember to have fun. I'm Christian, this is Canguro English, and I'll see you in class.